Oh, welcome to Storytime with Sonia. I'm going to tell you a story. It's actually going to be a Q&A. So, David, his two parents, and his little sister. The two parents, they basically have two children. But the thing is, when they had the little sister, they're older. They're older parents now. So, David kind of resent his parents. He has a great job. He's a great man, but he resent the parents. And the little sister's like 15. So when he sees when he goes visits the little sister, he asks her like how she's doing at school. He jokes around with her because he really loves his little sister. He brings her gifts, or if she needs anything for school, he buys it. But he resents his parents. So one day, his parents go on their boat. They own this boat, and they're so in love with each other. Like, they love each other. The parents actually really love each other. So they play for each other. They fool around with each other, So David asked his little sister, he said, Amy, how was school? She said, oh, it's great. He was like, do you need anything? She says no, but she's in the kitchen at the time. So he's looking out the window at his parents, fooling around in the boat, kissing each other, just all around loving each other. So, he says, you better not, he jokes with his sister, said, you better not be talking to any boys. So she started laughing and, they play, punch each other. So now he has this disgust look in his eyes when he sees the two parents, and he goes and he tells his sister, he's like, you sure, is everything okay? She said, yes, David, everything is fine. So here's the questions. Is it possible? First question, is it possible that two people could be so much in love with themselves, with each other, because the parents are really in love with each other, that they make the children feel unloved? That's the first question. Second question, why do you think David resent his mom and dad so much? Third question, there's nothing, the sister is happy, his baby sister is happy. She's a straight A student. She's just like an all happy little girl. But in David's eyes, he think it's a front. So why do you think David think it's a front that his little sister Amy is just fronting that she's happy? Like, why do you think he think that she's happy when he really feels she's unhappy? Fourth question, do you think that because David resent his parents so much, and do you think that because he resent his parents so much, is it possible that they didn't give him enough love, so he feels they're not giving Amy enough love? Those are the questions. And I'd like to thank you.
So I'm going to tell you something I read. It came from an author named Coots. He says, a child can love a mother who has no capacity to love him or her in return. But in time, he or she realizes that he or she is pouring his or her affection not on fertile ground, but on rock, where nothing can be grown. A child might then spend a life defined by settled anger or by self-pity. If the mother is not a monster, if she instead emotionally disconnected and self-absorbing, and if she's not an active tormentor but a passive observer in the home, her child has 3 options. He or she can choose to grant her mercy without pardon and find compassion for her in recognition that her stunned emotional development denies her the fullest enjoyment of life. That's a little quote from Miss Knotts. So, do you feel like it coordinates with David's story? Or do you feel like it's a reality, period? It's a reality. Do you feel like it's a reality? So these are the questions. And I'd like to thank you for listening to my podcast. Please give it a 5-star review on Speaker, Spotify, wherever you listen to your iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast, please share. Please, you can call me here at sv766792@gmail.com. You can follow me at son.ia9795, Instagram, Saint Santiago, Twitter, Saint Santiago, Facebook, Saint Santiago, Pinterest, Saint Santiago, YouTube. You can go to my website, http://podcasters.wordpress.com. You can go www.avilo, use promo code Sonia, Instacart 150. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee. Please go listen to my son's album on Spotify, Anchors, called Sounds. You can also follow Sounds on Instagram. And thank you, and have a blessed night.